Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of Down That Aisle. And, this next theme that I'm going to talk about, it's a guy who was in the Cruiserweight Classic, which the WWE held a couple years back. And it was a really interesting time because they just seemed to have the open door for outside people coming in for this Cruiserweight Classic tournament. And it was a pretty good tournament. A lot of people from a lot of different companies, a lot of different countries. And one of the guys, or the guy that I thought that shined the most, was Cedrick Alexander. And so he didn't win the tournament, but I feel like he had probably the biggest fan following. I mean, there was a moment when he lost and he was leaving, and what looked to me totally unscripted, Triple H came out and, grabbed Cedric's arms and held him up. Cedric was getting a standing ovation, and you could see Triple H going, "Oh yeah, I got it. Don't worry, we got him." And I said right then and there, I was like, man, this guy, he's going to be a star. Fast forward, 5 years or so, and unfortunately, no, he's not. They used him in the Cruiserweight division somewhat, which WWE, WWF has never really been able to book Cruiserweights, ever. They did a good job with the Cruiserweight Classic, but they tried the 205 Live thing, and it just didn't work. In their eyes, branding it was just a different color. It was a show with a different color, as opposed to Raw's red, SmackDown's blue, NXT's yellow. Well, the Cruiserweight show was purple. And but Cedrick Alexander, I mean, he lost a lot of weight to enter the Cruiserweight tournament. He has since found it, and then some, I believe. He's a guy who, it's like, man, this guy can go. Much like an Apollo Crews. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know what it is. Why they haven't given this guy his shot. He was in the Hurt Business for a while. I wasn't watching at the time, so I don't really know how that went for him. I assume not great because he's barely on TV. He is on NXT now, and I think he'll do some stuff there, but it's just a shame because the guy has a lot of talent. And also, his theme song, to me, was like probably the standout theme song of the Cruiserweight Classic. I mean, they made a lot of theme songs. The CFOs made a lot of theme songs for that Cruiserweight Classic. Pretty much almost everyone had their own theme, to the point where some of them, the people that got signed, didn't even use those themes. So there is a cornucopia, if you will, of theme songs in that Cruiserweight Classic. I mean, some more I'll touch up on in the future, because there definitely are some bangers in that tournament. But yeah, so Cedrick Alexander, just a guy who I feel has the talent, and just, I don't know. I just don't know if he'll ever get over that hump. I know they've tried to put him with Ashanti the Adonis, I think his name is. I don't know too much about him, and I think him and Apollo Crews are very similar. The two guys that seem to have had this expectation, and not that they haven't lived up to it, but I don't think they've really gotten that chance. So, yeah, I think this is the first guy from the Cruiserweight Classic, and there will be more in the future. So, keep an ear out for that, and we will see you next week. Thank you.